Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be pretty much learning a lot about strings in Python, so let's get right into it. So first we're going to learn about the notation in strings, and they're notated in two ways. First, with the double quotes, and second, with the single quotes. Whoops, print that. So now let's save it. Go to my folder and py. Okay, and then that's it. So as you see, it still displays it. So either double quotes or single quotes would both work. So that's the notation for strings. Next, we're going to learn about the multi-line strings, which is just simply 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes. So let's say we do this. Okay, hello everyone, welcome back. How are you doing? Subscribe and like the video, okay. Oh, whoops, forgot to do that. Okay, so now let's save it. I don't think it'll work. Okay, yeah, it did work. So as you see, it says, hello everyone, how is it going? Please subscribe and like the video. So, pretty much what we did is we did 3 quotation marks. Just for a multi-line string of commands. It's like for a paragraph. If we did 1 quotation mark, it would give an error because it's just the wrong syntax. So let's try it. So as you see, it gives us an error. The other option you could do is 3 single quotes. When you do it with 3 single quotes, it will still work. So let's try that. And it works. But let's say there's an exception, like always. There's always exceptions to rules. So let's say it's 1 sentence. Let's save it. As you see, it will still print because it's 1 sentence. So with 1 sentence, 1 single or double quote will work. But if it's like a paragraph, more than 1 sentence, then you'll have to do 3 consecutive single or double quotes. And that's pretty much it for a multi-line string. Next, we're going to learn about characters. So we're going to identify characters within a phrase. So let's say we want to find the second character in this phrase. So let's save it. Let's do it. And as you see, it's a G, because G is the second character in this phrase. So it starts with 0, which is B, and then I is 1, and then G is 2, and so on and so forth. We can also do a 5:7. With a 5:7, we'll find out what's in between, like the letters that are in between the phrase. So as you see, it's HI, because this is 5 and this is 7. So essentially what we're doing is we're finding the letters in between it. This also works with negative numbers. So let's try -5 and I say -2. So let's save it and see what happens then. And it says CHI, chi. So pretty much when it comes to negatives, it's backwards. It's the other way, like in math or any other thing. It's flipped when it comes to negatives. So D is 0, L is 1, I is 2, and then H is 3, C is 4, and then 5. But with negatives, the 5th character and the 2nd character are both counted as the letters in between, unlike the ones with positives. So that's pretty much it for that. Next, we're going to learn 4 different functions: length, uppercase, lowercase, replace, and the strip, and the split. So that's 6, my bad, not 4. So anyway, let's get right into those functions. So basically, first is the length. Oh, whoops, my bad. So first, come up with the phrase. And then first, we want to find the length. So whenever we find the length, we want to find the number of characters that are in the phrase. So let's save it, and let's do it. As you see, it will pull up 9. That means there are 9 characters in this phrase, with excluding the quotation marks. So that means it's all this. And once you count it, it's 9. The space counts as a character. So next, we will be learning about the lowercase function. Since everything's in lowercase, it's not going to really make a difference. It's just going to still be the same thing. Gotta get rid of that A, and then let's try it. And as you see, it doesn't really change anything because this is already lowercase. So why don't we make this uppercase and see. And as you see, it does it, and it makes it lowercase. So the next function is the opposite, which is uppercase. So here we're going to make it uppercase by using the function upper. And then let's do that. And as you see, it makes it uppercase. The next function is the replace function. So pretty much what the replace function does is it replaces one letter in the phrase with another. So let's say we want to replace the B with a D. So that's what we're going to do. Just follow this syntax, and the B should possibly be replaced with a D. And now you see the B was replaced with the D, so it's dig child instead of big child. Next, we're going to learn the strip function. So pretty much what the strip function does is that it removes any space in the phrase. So let's say we wanted to, so let's save that and try it. Oh, my bad. Forgot to do that. Now let's save it. And as you see, it gets rid of the space in between the quotation marks. Next, we're going to learn about the split function. The split function is kind of a little bit tough, I'd say. It took me a long time to learn it. So the split function kind of separates the two words in the phrases into two, like it makes them two separate words in the phrase. So let's try it. Oh, whoops, I forgot to do this. Okay, and then let's save it. And as you see, it kind of separates the big and child, and it does it in single quotes, so it splits it. Next, we will be doing this two different types of functions. They're called the in and the not in. So really what these do is that they tell you whether a specific segment in the phrase is there or not. So I'll give you an answer of true or false. So let's say it's text. And then let's keep the same phrase as we did before. And then let's say X is high in text print X. So essentially what we're doing is we're finding out is high in this phrase. Oh, I think I messed up the syntax a little bit. Okay, so let's press enter. Let's see if that works. That should probably make it change it. And as you see, it says true because this is in this phrase. But let's say we put not in text. Let's save it. Try it that way. And as you see, it says false because whenever we say it's not in text, which it is, so it's going to say false. So that's just a way of identifying if specific characters are in the phrase. Next, we're going to basically do word math, I'd say. You're combining two different words into one phrase. So let's say A is big and B is child. And let's say C is A plus B. And then we want to print C. And as you see, it says big child without a space. But in case you want a space, you can fix that. And it's not a big of a deal. So really here, what you're going to do is do one quotation mark, a space, and then another quotation mark, and then a space, and then a plus. And then what that's going to do is that it's going to give it a space. So it's big child. So that's pretty much that. The last two things I'm going to cover in this video are, they're just basically plugging things in the sentence. And then the next one is how to do quotation marks in between a sentence with quotation marks. Because strings are notated by either single or double quotes. So I'll get to that. So let's say the age is 12. And then let's say text. And then let's say is coding. And I am, let's close that, and then let's so essentially what this is doing is that the age will go in here by doing this, because we want to print that, so it's gonna basically plug in for that. So let's see if it works. And as you see, it works. The last thing we're going to cover is quotation marks in between a sentence. So as you know, strings are notated by quotation marks. So let's say the sentence is Hola, ¿cómo te va? And we want to put quotation marks in between. So let's say we want to try that. As you see, it's going to give an error because it won't recognize if you do another quotation mark in between the sentence. So that can easily be solved by using the escape function. The escape function is simply a backslash with double quotes. So let's try that. So let's do a backslash here and then another backslash here. Now let's try it. And as you see, it's able to do the quotation marks in between the sentence. So those are pretty much the different ways to work with strings in Python. Hope you enjoyed it and liked something new.